Okay, so you guys are getting down. This is Miles. He's up on the tall stilts. He does this a lot. Did you juggle for them yet? You want to juggle up there? Thanks. Yes, and you guys all go, woo! So yes, at the circus show, I'll give you that talk in a second. I'm going to talk for a few minutes about myself, and then we're going to put on a show for you guys. Because these guys and what we've done in the last couple days is the true representation of my work. So they will show what we've been doing. I'm going to take those off. So I'm Erin Lovett Sherman. I am from New Hampshire, and I live mostly in New Hampshire and Vermont. I go back and forth. I have a studio in New Hampshire, and I teach in the public school system in Vermont, in Brattleboro, Vermont. We were in New Hampshire Magazine this month, so if you want to take a look at it, I will leave it over here. It's a pretty cool article. They called me up, and this is my studio in Laconia, New Hampshire, which is pretty similar space to this. So I started off my career studying theater and dance. At age 14, I started teaching solo. So I was a teacher's assistant before that. And then at 14, it was like pretty obvious that this was the thing I wanted to do. And so my teacher gave me a class of my own, and I started teaching kids, little kids at the dance studio. And at age 15, which most of you guys are 15, I think, I got my first job choreographing a musical theater show. So that was for my local theater company, and it was a big deal. I still think that they don't have teenagers do stuff like that. So I was pretty driven and focused that this was what I wanted to do. I spent all my time at the dance studio or in the theater doing shows. And even when I was little, I was pulling my friends over and making up a show and then making people watch it. So I was doing that even in elementary school. So then after high school, I went on an international tour to Russia and Lithuania with a theater company. And we were kind of famous. News cameras followed us around, and it was cool. It was fun. And I was an actress and a dancer in that company. And that was my gap year. And then I went to the University of the Arts in Philadelphia, which Bruce went to too. Yeah? Bruce over here went to my same school. It's an amazing school. And I majored in dance. And while I was in Philadelphia, I was in a professional dance company where we created a lot of work based on improvisation. And it was an amazing company. We toured around. And that was my first professional company experience. After college, I did a year of national service with the AmeriCorps, which I highly recommend. If you guys are kind of not sure what you want to do after high school or after college, it's an incredible opportunity to serve in. I served in the National Civilian Community Corps, so I was based in Washington, D.C., and we went out on projects to do disaster relief and worked with the YMCA, worked in the public school system in Washington, D.C., educational projects, Habitat for Humanity. So I get to try a lot of different things, and I also discovered that I really cared about making a difference in my community and being a positive citizen in the world. I learned what a nonprofit was, and I just kind of discovered that was a good fit for me because I really cared about making a difference, making a positive difference. So I started my company around that time, Arts Fest. We're on Facebook and Instagram, Arts Fest Circus, and just plain old Arts Fest on Facebook. So then we started touring. I started doing projects in retirement homes and in public schools and private schools like this. And also touring with my company. So I got a bunch of my friends together that were super talented. We bought a school bus We renovated the school bus to have bunks in it and a pull-out couch and a little kitchen. And then we went on tour. We made shows and we took them on tour. We went to New York City and all over New England, up and down the East Coast. So we pull our bus in to a theater. We liked the old opera houses, which are really cool. I think you have one up here maybe, they renovated. So we pull in. This is when Miles was little. We load all our stuff into the theater and we put on a one-night show, which little did I know was really a lot like a circus, right? So we pull in and we do one show in that town and then we break it all down and we get on our bus and we go to the next place. It was a lot of fun and it was a ton of work. And I discovered after a couple of years that I really wasn't enjoying performing on stage as much because I had so many admin responsibilities. So again, I just kind of refocused myself on teaching because I was teaching the whole time and I really loved it. I really love teaching. It's just it's where I found my groove in life and I really like passing on the passion that I feel for performing arts to other people. My biggest thing is I like to empower people to feel more confident about themselves, to try something new, to break out of their old ideas of what they are and discover a new self. And so then I came to circus, I don't know, a dozen years ago maybe. I started cross-training in aerials, aerial fabric, trapeze, lyra, and it was like an easy transition for me. I was just this is where I belong. And the circus culture was such a good fit for me. I love how circus arts is really accessible to everyone, and there's something for everyone. I felt a little bit before dance and theater would put people in a box that was harder to break out of. Circus is the sky's the limit. There's a new thing happening every day. I had students today busting out of what this apparatus is and can I change it and can I do something different, and that's what circus is. It's so exciting. And it's literally every single person in this room I know would love something about circus. It's just fun and it makes you super strong, and there's something about that fabric. When you first try and climb it, most people are oh no way, I can't even get off the ground. And then a month later they're pull myself up. And then 2 months later, they're at the top. And they're holding themselves up, and they're it's so empowering to be in charge of your own destiny like that, right? So circus arts was a really good fit for me, and I dove in head first, and I learned something about every circus art. So now I teach everything. I know pretty much everything about traditional and contemporary circus. So I teach a little bit of everything, even though I'm not particularly good at juggling. Juggling is so hard for me. And that's okay. It's okay to be good at some things and not good at others in circus, right? So recently, I became the youth director at a big circus school in Vermont. And then I got hired by the local school system to teach a performing arts class in the high school. So the high school gets to come and do this every single day, just like you guys have been able to do, as part of their academic career. Super cool. So I've been doing that for 8 years. And this year I got recruited by Cirque du Soleil. Raise your hand if you know what Cirque du Soleil is. Yeah, Cirque du Soleil is the biggest deal in circus right now. They're the top company in the world for contemporary circus. And I got recruited to be a trainer of trainers. So I am helping them teach other teachers from around the world on what social circus is, which is using social circus, using social art to help people that are at risk populations. So we go into refugee camps and help make a difference in the lives of the kids that are living there. Or maybe inner city, or maybe prisons, or maybe just public school systems, anywhere where we can make a positive difference in people's lives. So I'm teaching teachers how to create that kind of programming, which is super cool. I was just up at Cirque du Soleil in headquarters in Montreal last week training there, which is literally like the Willy Wonka factory, like no one's allowed in, and then you go in and it's like a magical world. It's truly amazing. So yeah, I've had like the most interesting career, and it's totally been because I have just followed my passion the whole entire time. Like I only applied to that one school, UArts. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that like I wanted to go there. I put all my eggs in that basket. You know, I'm very driven. I work very hard. I've worked very long hours, but I deeply care about what I'm doing, and it's incredibly rewarding. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. And I think that as an artist, you kind of have to be like, this is what I have to do. Like, I have to do this. I would be dancing around my kitchen, like making my kids do stuff, probably, if I wasn't out teaching. And that's okay. I do this for no money, and I do this when I get paid a lot of money. I continue to do the work because I care about the work, I care about the process, and I care about the difference I'm making in people's lives by turning them on to these new ideas of how to express themselves and how to be free. So if you end up that you want to be an artist, it's because you just can't do something else. You have to do your thing. And this is like clearly my thing, so it's been a good fit, and I've made it into a whole career. And that's kind of cool and amazing, and I'm really happy. My work makes me happy, you know? So I think that's like the biggest win of all. So I'm really excited to show you the work that we've done here. Like I said, my thing is I like to empower people. So, you know, I present these skills to people, and I want them to find something that they care about, that they want to show off. And I want you guys, if you haven't been to a circus show before, which maybe some of you haven't, I want to teach you guys like how to be at a circus show. Because it's not like the opera where you wait and then you clap at the end politely, right? You can yell and cheer and laugh and be loud because it's a circus show, right? And you are part of the experience. So these guys need to hear your support. So when you think something is funny or awesome or just cool, whatever, you have to make some noise, okay? So we're gonna practice. So I'm gonna do something so amazing.
Whoa,
yeah! Okay, that was kind of lame. So you guys have to be way, way, way louder. Okay, we're gonna try again. Ready? Yeah, that's better. So you guys can make some noise. You can have fun. You're gonna love this. I guarantee it. So we're gonna show you some clowning work we did. We're going to show you some juggling, we're going to show you some aerials, and then some acrobatics. Yeah?
Oh,
Are you ready? All right, first up. We're starting with clowning. No.
I was really interested in this.
Yeah.
What is
So these are jumping stilts. Okay.
Can I try?
Yes, you can. Later. So these are jumping stilts.
After the contract.
The way we start training for these is we put on a little stilt back there, which are like 1.5 feet. Some people can just get on stilts and walk. Miles was like that. Some people in this class were like that. Other people get up there and they're like, oh, no way. Nope, I can't even lift my feet. I can't do it, right? Naturally, we all have our talents with circus stuff, so you kind of figure it out. So you start off with those stiff ones, and then you get to try these, which they're just really heavy.
Yeah.
They're like big, heavy mechanical legs, because they feel like legs. They have springs. And you can, like, my husband, Michael, can do a back tuck. Wow. But it's really dangerous.
Does it accentuate your physical ability?
Yeah.
It will increase.
Yeah, you can run like twice as fast. Yeah. Yeah, so these are really good for parades. And people that, like, just, you know, like circuit, like performing artists and artists don't make any money. Well, Miles, he's 14 this year. He's been doing circus his whole life, and he can make $200 an hour on these, doing his juggling stuff. He's highly skilled, right? So if you build skills up that are marketable, people will hire you to do that thing. Also, it's just super fun, and especially juggling, like a lot of people today just like really like the juggling, and juggling is a cool thing to have in your pocket when you go to a festival or something. If you guys get a chance to go to a juggle jam, go. You guys can have a juggle jam here at Gould, for sure. Yeah, and it's really fun and it's really good for your brain. They've actually proven that people that continue to juggle throughout their lives don't get Alzheimer's and dementia as much, because it works your brain in a particular way. So, what else? Come on, ask me something. Ask me something. What?
Can you do a backflip?
No. I could do a back tuck on a trampoline, but you know, I'm very picky choosy about what I do with my body because I do this for a living, so I don't take chances. So, like aerials for me are pretty easy, but there are certain things that like are not worth the risk for me because I use my body as my tool. For example, snowboarding. I used to snowboard, and now I don't. Because for me, it's just like, it's a risk it's not worth taking because I use this every day, right? And I'm cool with that because I do enough crazy things, yeah. Questions? Come on. Nothing?
How is it to be like that as a living?
It's so fun.
Yeah, but what about like your daily schedule? What do you wake up in the morning and juggle oranges? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
In the house, do you like have a trapeze?
Yeah.
Or, like some kind of thing that you like you break out the toys all the time?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, so
Some people have music jams and you guys throw hoops and juggle.
Yeah.
You know, fire stuff.
Yeah, this is a part of our lives, right? So, no, I don't have a trapeze at my house because I would never do that because it's not safe. Like, I use the proper equipment always. I wouldn't rig from a tree, right? I use the proper equipment. But I stretch all the time, like, and I dance in the grocery store. And yes, Miles is usually doing something like that, right? That's how he built his skills. He started really training pretty hard when he was 5. He came here when he was 6, and he could already do a lot of stuff because circus is fun like that. You're like, I want to get that skill. Noah is a good example. He was experimenting with the rollabola today, which is the most dangerous thing we did here today, the rollabola. And he was just trying new things, and that is like what circus is all about. And it's fun. Like, you want to get the skill, so you push yourself to get the skill. It's like, you know, it's kind of like the best drive ever. personal drive, and it keeps you in shape, and it keeps you young. Circus has like the longest lifespan out of any performing artist. Dance too, but there's like 80-year-old people doing flying trapeze.
Can you talk a little bit about careers as a professional dancer versus being a professional circus artist?
Yeah, so everything's changing really quickly. Circus, when I started coming here 8 years ago, was like, I would tell everybody go into it right now because I don't have enough coaches to fill my jobs. Still true, but there's definitely like more people training in the arts. So if you want to do only aerial fabric for your career, that's not going to work. You have to be really diverse. I teach everything, and I'm also a teacher. I'm not just a performer, but I'm a teacher. I'm an administrator. I'm all of those things. So you have to be diverse as an artist. You can't be a diva. It's not going to work. It's hardly ever going to work to be a diva. You have to be able to do the stuff like moving the rig and setting it up for somebody or whatever. You have to be able to do all the stuff and be really knowledgeable in your field to make a living at it, to be successful.
So has Cirque du Soleil changed all of that, basically?
Has it changed?
Like that it's more of a mainstream thing and more people are going into it?
There are circus schools now. So circus in the past has been handed down through families only, really, up until like my generation. Circus schools just started. You couldn't like just go bust into circus. It was like you either ran away to join the circus or you were a 6th generation lion tamer or trapeze artist or tight wire act like with the rest of your family. So yeah, now people are doing it like dance or gymnastics. They're training in circus a little bit. So the market's getting bigger as well. Cirque du Soleil has about 1,800 artists employed right now. And then they have a lot more like administrators and teachers and things like that. They're the biggest circus company in the world. Ringling Brothers was huge. Raise your hand if you saw Ringling Brothers. Raise your hand if you saw a traditional circus with elephants in it at some point in your lives. Yeah, Ringling Brothers was the best. I love traditional circus. They were open for 146 years, and they just closed a couple years ago. So it's a transition from traditional to contemporary. But also circus is used in like half the Broadway shows that you see in New York right now. Circus is everywhere. And it's a lucrative career, for sure, but not just being a performer. Like I said, if you want to be a diva, don't be a diva. Don't be a diva in any single career that you go into because it's not going to work for you. You have to be able, especially in circus, you have to be like willing to lug the stuff too and be supportive of other people and be part of a team, right? But you can make good money in circus. Like if you want to go into it, you have to work way, way, way harder than you think, but you can definitely make a living in circus. There are jobs all over the world that have health insurance and everything else.
Circus is still really big in Europe.
It's huge. It's huge everywhere. Yeah, it is. And there are lots of other jobs. Like my husband's a rigger, so he can go into. He just got a job on a cruise ship, going in and building a huge apparatus made of truss, so that aerialists can come in and do a show on the cruise ship. So, and that pays a lot more money than me going in and doing the aerials on the cruise ship, right? So, the more diverse you are, the more you can make money. Yeah.
She's stuck on a cruise ship? No. How about that? So, like, any kind of high altitude tethered work, say like an arborist or somebody else, would be something that this kind of skill would kind of lead you into.
Totally.
Something that you're not afraid of heights, you know your ropes.
Rigging is huge.
Do you think knowing the ropes came from the circus?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a jumper.
Do that or sailor.
Maybe ships. Anything else you guys want to know? So find me. I'm on social media, and so is Miles. He's got his own pages. studio in Laconia, New Hampshire, Lakewood, Pisaki. Also, we have a place over in Vermont. And I like to share this stuff. So if you want to learn, I've had lots of kids from Gould come after 4 Point and come hang out with me at my studio and learn. So we want to teach you. And if you think that you want to do this, I will help you. I will help you do this as a career. So just find me. Ask the questions.
Do you have summer programs?
I have summer camps, and I usually hire people. Like I just asked Caleb if he wanted to come teach for me at my summer camp. I hire kids. I hire kids to do gigs. I hire kids to do camps, to be assistant teachers. If you think you want to teach, circus is a cool thing to teach. You can teach anybody, anywhere. You know, it's fun. It's really fun. So try it. Just try it. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. I love Gould. Thank you for having me.
And now, Mrs. Manning. I know.
Let's see the trick.
I thought you said Sunday to Vincent. I could be wrong.
Yeah, then you have to have her. That's not. I mean, you'll have her like.
Hello and welcome to our circus show. I'm Erin Lovett Sherman. My company's name is Arts Fest. I'm from New Hampshire and Vermont, and I teach circus and performing arts. And we are so pleased to be here at Gould again, teaching circus. And we made this incredible show with these incredible students in only 2 days, right? These guys had me for 2 days. They worked really hard. They were creative and inventive. We played with a lot of toys, and we have some special things to show you tonight. So, do you know how to be in a circus show? Do you know how to clap? So for circus, you can make noise, you can yell, you can holler, you can clap, you can do whatever you want. You can laugh out loud. Please do. We're going to show you clowning, juggling, aerials, and acrobatics. Enjoy the show!
Running up that door, calling their mom, Nobody knows what they're looking for. Kind of bad luck, so maybe more.
Woo! Caleb. Go Caleb. Isabella. That is really hard to say. Okay, go. Okay, go. That is really hard to say. I tried that last year. Is this really gonna work? Hey, Noah! Go, Noah! Nice. Let's go, Zach. Go, Smolka.
Worst is over. Listen up. It's never too late to change your
Work it, baby.
Let's go, Embiid.
Can you see it? The worst is over. The monsters in my head, I'm scared of love. Finding people It's never too late to change your life. So don't let them steal your life.
That's a lot of hard
It's horrible.
That's really cool. Let's go, Isabella. Yeah. Oh, wait, they didn't.
Can you see it? Voices in my head are scared of love. Falling people.
Okay.
So don't let them steal your life.
Hey, come on.
Don't let them break your stride. There's light on the inside. It's horrible.
Okay.
Twerk it, baby.
Hey. Okay. Ooh, that was cool. Whatever that was. Oops. Oh! I tried to do these. Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's really cool. Whatever that was. I tried to do these last year and they're not easy. Oh! Woo! Woo!
Yes!
And a hoodie and a baseball cap. I know. Wow, that's very cool.
Take a picture for me? We're gonna get a group picture. Feel free to come in close, take pictures, whatever you want. We want one all together.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, be creative, guys. Ready? Yes.
Very